Okay, guys, let's take a look at our GBPPS. By the way, so we are actually going to go in depth, and we are going to do an in-depth analysis. So you need to stick to the end to actually understand this analysis and why we will actually be taking such trade. So basically, you need to actually calm down, stick to the end, and see why we'll be taking such trade. We will be looking at our Euro GBP from our monthly time frame. First of all, on this our Euro GBP, right? See it this way on the monthly time frame. If you have to zoom it out, there's one thing that we are seeing. It is actually a range market move. I actually roll up here, highlighted this level up, which we would be taking as our resistance level. Anytime our price rolls up to this level, we see a drop, which is our resistance level. And I also highlighted this line below, this mark below, which we would be taking as our support level. So basically, we are seeing a ranging market move within this area. So I also highlighted some, minor level. We can call it minor resistance. We can also call it minor support. So basically, once price comes to this level, we tend to see price reacts, by the way. So this is why I see it. Once price drops to this level, we saw this huge wick on the monthly time frame. So it's actually tap at this level for some time before it pushes up, right? So this is a level we saw. We actually saw it. We can call this a false breakout. This is it here. You can call it a false breakout, that is if you want. So we saw it reacted at that level here. We saw it actually when it broke below this level, that's the level we just talked about. We saw a pullback to actually test the level again. So this is why this is actually a key level we should be aiming for. Why it might actually affect our price movement this week. Now see it, by the way. So once the price dropped right on this monthly time frame, it came to our support level, and from this our support level, we saw a bullish move, right? So if you have to see it this way, our Euro to GBP is now giving us a bullish move. It has broken above this level here we just talked about. It has broken above it, and we are seeing it rally up to this our resistance level, as we can call, let's say it's our major resistance level. So we would want to see this Euro GBP to actually roll up. So basically, this is an uptrend move. Let's see it from here. This was an impulse move, bullish move. We saw a correction at this level. We saw another huge impulse move, right? This impulse move we had actually broke above our previous higher highs. This was the previous higher highs on our Euro GBP. The Euro GBP actually broke above the previous higher highs, right? We continue to see that roll up again and a pullback. So basically, our Euro to our GBP will actually go bullish on this our monthly time frame. So Euro will be going bullish against our monthly time frame. So this week we're very much likely to open, go bullish again. After some bullish move upward, then we would be getting a pullback on this Euro GBP. Now down to our weekly time frame. So this weekly time frame, now this is a movement I want us to actually see. This was actually an impulse move, yeah, and this movement you can see here is actually a correction on our monthly time frame. This was an impulse move, then a correction, and now another impulse move. And guess what? This impulse move broke above this previous highs. This highs you can see here, the wick here. So the price broke above this our wick, which means we are still on a bullish move on this Euro GBP. So price is still going bullish. We would very much likely see our price continue to go bullish after a bullish move. Then a pullback will be occurring. But are we going to get to this week? Possibly, probably not. We'll continue to go bullish, and we see it. We've actually been opening green, and we'll continue to actually see some bullish move. Let's see if we actually get the pullback at this level. Yeah, let's see if we can get here. Let's see if our Euro GBP will actually roll to this level, a level of 0.88790. So I will be eyeing the level for a pullback, a level of 0.88790. Then possibly when we have the pullback at that level, then we can continue to go bullish. So that is exactly what I am aiming for on Euro GBP. This daily time frame, we are an uptrend move. Take a look at it from here, by the way. So we are still bullish. We are seeing this impulse move, a correction, another impulse move. This impulse move here actually broke above the previous highs. Then another we had a correction, then another impulse move, a correction, impulse move again, and now you got a correction. Now you've had another impulse move. So basically on this daily time frame, let's see if we will have a correction anytime soon. Then once we have the correction, then we can actually now enter the trade to go bullish, by the way. So we are still aiming to go bullish on our Euro GBP, which is about 0.88. Currently we are trading at 0.87. Let's see if it will actually continue to tap down our eyes, then we'll add a pullback. Now to enter this trade, we'll go down to the 4-hour time frame. What does the 4-hour time frame say? Still bullish, by the way. So to actually enter this trade, you have to look for wanting to actually go long, by the way. So the pullback is not yet occurring yet. On this daily time frame, we are expecting a pullback, right? Because this was the highs here. A correction was made here. Another highs, this highs broke above the previous highs. We had a correction. Now you've gotten another impulse move, right? After the impulse move, what are we expecting? A correction. So the correction is not yet showing. So to enter this trade, we will go to the 4-hour time frame. What does this 4-hour time frame says? We are still bullish. So let's see if we have that correction. If in case a correction will occur, let's see if the correction will react at this level, a level of 0.87150. After we have that correction on the 4-hour time frame, they can enter to go long. If not, you can wait for the price to give us that correction move. And if you want to jump on the trade exactly as it is, then possibly it will be a bullish move. But if you want to actually wait for a pullback to occur before you enter, then fine, wait for it at the level of 0.87150 on this Euro GBP. And 1-hour time frame pretty much says the same, but we see an impulse move. See a impulse move here, a correction, another impulse move breaking above the previous highs. This is the previous highs, breaking above it. Now a correction has occurred, and we would be expecting another impulse move again. So basically, we'll continue to go bullish. If you want to jump on the trade exactly, then go bullish. But if you want to wait on the 4-hour time frame to actually give us a pullback before you enter, then it will be a good decision. That is it on this our GBPAUD. Let's take a look at it from the monthly time frame. We have to zoom it out, right? See, I think we are actually on a bearish move, by the way. So this is actually on a bearish move. Then kind of have this rally movements upward. Then guess what? Again, we are actually having another bearish movement. This was a bearish move, then a correction which actually went bullish for some time on the monthly time frame. And now guess what are we seeing now? Currently we are actually on a bearish move as from here. So basically we are still dropping. Secondly, price is up below a 10 period moving average. This period moving average, you can see red is 10. So price is below it. Once price is below 10 period moving average, you have to actually short it, by the way. So this was an impulse move I will take here, a correction, and I will be looking at it as an impulse move again on this my GBPAUD. Basically, I want to say that GBPAUD on the monthly time frame to take out this lows we see. We saw this lows which tap this week, it pushes up, tap this place again. So it come, I think it came here about 3 times. It came here 3 times. So it came here around this 3 times and it pushes up. So I still want to see the GBPAUD actually drop to that level again. So basically, I'm still going bearish, coupled with the fact price is below our 10 period moving average. And again, if you have to look at the GBP index, let me show you. You can see it, by the way, on this weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame on GBP in the seats, we are actually bearish. So basically, once we are on a bearish move, price is going down, then any other pairs we are trading into should actually go bullish. So one of the reasons why we predicted our euro to our GBP will go bullish. So euro will be going bullish, GBP will be dropping. Same thing, we are predicting that this our GBP will actually go bearish. So because GBP index is going bearish, then definitely our GBP should actually go bearish. Down to the weekly time frame, see the time frame we just talked about. But one thing happened, by the way, I wanted to actually see this level. We had an impulse move, right? Then there was a correction here. So about this correction, we actually range within this area. So basically, see its price actually range within this area here. So basically, after price range above within the area, we saw a breakout of it, which is a break below our support level, right? And now the price actually gave us a pullback level to test that support level it broke out from previously, which was the previous level of our support. price broke below it. Now price has actually rallied up to test that level again. What are we seeing again? Another impulse move down. So again, weekly time frame says we are bearish, coupled with the fact that price is still below our 10-period moving average. Price has not broken above it. Price is not above it. Price is still below, and price has not broken the 10-period moving average. So weekly time frame also still says we are bearish, coupled with the fact that GBP index says we are bearish. Let's take a look at it on this daily time frame to understand it. Each candlestick represents a day. So I mean, from here, basically what you can see is actually downward movement. No two ways about it. So we're actually on a bullish move, by the way. So we kind of see kind of like a ranging market. So now to actually take this trade, I want you to actually notice something. We want to alight on key level. We saw this price come here to take this level, it drops, it come here to start this level and it drops. So we would want to alight this lows again. So what are we expecting a drop to? We'll be expecting a drop at this level, a level of 1.69110. So let us see if our price will drop to below that level and break below it. Exactly what we be expecting on this GBPAUD. So we are expecting price to come to this our support level where the price is ranging on daily time frame. Once it comes to the support level, then we are expecting to break below and continue to go bearish. But if in case it does not, then very much likely to see it continue to range. So we see it come to this sub resistance level, then we see it drop to this support level again, then we see it come to this resistance level, then we see it come to this support level again. Until this price break below the support level, then we will continue to range. If not, we're very much likely to continue to, if not, we might be ranging within this area. So let's hope the price will very much likely see to drop to our support level. Very much, yes, we'll see it, but let's hope it will break below the support level and continue to go bearish. If not, we might be ranging. Now to place this trade, GBPAUD, to actually go displace this trade, we will actually go to our 4-hour time frame. This is our lows with a light here. So basically, what can we see of recent move? Definitely, if you want to enter this trade, what the movement is showing us is actually enter the trade on the 4-hour time frame. So 4-hour time frame says we are bearish. See it, impulse move downward, a correction, bullish move up, impulse move downward. So this huge week, a correction. Now we are actually on an impulse move downward. So definitely, if you want to short it, go short. Just short this GBPAUD. So our lowest point on this daily time frame, we once called our support. Try and short it downward. That should be giving us about 100 plus pips. If you can grab 100 plus pips on this GBPAUD, then at least it is not a bad thing. So GBPAUD, we are still aiming to short this. Let us short it to take out this low on GBPAUD. So GBPAUD, we are still bearish. Now this GBP New Zealand dollar. So I mean, one thing I know about this New Zealand dollar is actually bearish. So I've checked some currency pairs, especially that New Zealand USD. The New Zealand is actually dropping against our USD. So now on this New Zealand dollar, we can see its monthly time frame. We are ranging. We would highlight this up as our resistance level, and this down I will be highlighting that support level. So basically, once price comes to the resistance level, we tend to see drop to the support level, then roll up to the resistance level, come to the support. So this roll up again to this resistance level, then we can see a false breakout. A lot of traders will think, oh, we're actually going, bullish and everything. Some people enter the long trade. They got, they stopped out. They lost. Price actually came back again. So basically, on this monthly time frame, we are still ranging. So still aim to actually range. Now of this recent move on monthly time frame, we can see an impulse move, right? A correction was made. Now we are getting another impulse move here. So we want to see this impulse move to actually drop low and possibly take out this week here. This huge week, we can see on this monthly time frame this week. Let us see it will drop to that level. That will be a level of about 500 pips more. So we still have about 500 pips more to drop on this GBP New Zealand dollar. So I mean, still a lot of pips to grab if you want to take trade on this GBP New Zealand. So monthly time frame, we are still bearish, but on the monthly time frame, we are actually ranging. But if you are to trade of recent move, we would want to trade it down to the support level, which means we are still aiming to go short. So coupled with the fact that GBP index is bearish. See weekly time frame, GBP index bearish. So GBP New Zealand to actually go bearish. Now see it on this weekly time frame, by the way. So I mean, this was an huge impulse move downward, right? We had a correction. So basically for some time the price actually range within this area. If you actually follow it, you will actually see how we took some of this trade, how we actually range with this price. So price actually range within here. So basically price now break below the support level, right? Which was once our resistance, our support level. So price broke below the support, came back to test this level again. We saw a drop, and we see double to double retest. As you can see, it has come to test this level again. What are we expecting? A drop. So definitely this week we will be closing bearish. Let's see if this week if we can take this price, if you can trade it to these lows on GBP New Zealand dollar. So trade it to these lows. That should be giving up. At least you should grab 200 pips this week. So basically, I will personally also be entering trade on this GBP New Zealand. So I should be able to grab about 200 pips on this GBP New Zealand. So I mean, from this current price, when we enter the trade, when market opens down to this our lows, where our price is actually reacting from, we should actually be getting 200 pips. So kind of see it like this price is ranging. We saw it go to this support, go to this resistance, go to this support. Now it is as this resistance. We are expecting it to drop again to this support. That should be giving us about 200 pips to grab on this GBP New Zealand dollar. And now our daily time frame basically. So price has actually kind of still ranging, by the way. So we saw it come to this support, now roll up to the resistance level. Now we saw it to this support level, and again to this our resistance level, and see what price give us this huge wick and see this long candlestick bearish. So we are still expecting a drop on this GBP New Zealand dollar. So from there to this lows, 200 pips again. So if you to short it, you'll be grabbing about 200 pips. Now to actually enter this trade, we'll roll down to the 4-hour time frame. What does the 4-hour time frame show us? A bearish move. So daily time frame, we are expecting to go bearish, to short it. Weekly time frame says we should actually go bearish, short it. Even monthly time frame says we should also short it. Now on this 4-hour time frame, to actually enter this trade, it is now on a bearish move. So it is time to actually enter the trade. See, impulse move here, a correction, another impulse move, guys. So if basically you want to drop on this on 4-hour time frame, let's wait if there will be a correction. But I personally, I'll be entering the short position. I personally want to set my stop at this loss, stop loss around this area. That if I'm from this area to there, this will be let's see if I can have a stop loss about 100 pips, 7 to 100 pips stop loss. Then try to grab about 200 pips profit. So basically, it depends when the market opens. I'll try to analyze it. But if those of you want to enter this trade, you want to wait for a pullback, then fine, there's no problem. You can wait for a pullback, then you can enter to short this. So 4-hour time frame, look to short this GBPCAD. This GBPCAD is kind of different to other GBP pairs we've analyzed. On this GBPCAD, so we can see on this GBPCAD, we are kind of, once price comes to this level, which is support level, we tend to see it roll up. It's come to this support level again, it's roll up. Now it is at this support level. Are we going to have this roll up? Well, possibly see it, price drop to this level here, roll up. Anytime it comes to this level, it's kind of roll up. So I've highlighted that level. So, I mean, basically, probably we might be seeing a roll up. But because if you to look all these GBP correlation pairs, if you see what we call correlation pairs on this GBP, especially GBP USD, we are seeing a bearish move. GBP New Zealand dollar bearish, GBPAUD bearish. I mean Euro GBP, which means Euro will be going a bullish against our GBP. So once all those GBP pairs is actually bearish, I don't think this GBPCAD will actually just give us that different move and continue to go bullish, because once GBP pairs are actually dropping, then definitely we should be seeing a drop on this GBPCAD. So I mean, if you have to look at it, we'll all be saying, okay, let's see if our price will actually push up from this level. But it might push up, but I personally would want to reserve. If I'm to trade any GBP pairs, I'll stay away from GBPCAD. Personally, if I'm to take trade on GBP pairs, then GBPCAD will be out of it. I'd rather take trade on Euro GBP or GBP New Zealand dollar. All those give us a good movement, but this GBPCAD, we are actually at a level where price can actually push up. Yes, price can actually push up at this level. So we have to be very careful. So by the way, what am I saying? I'm still seeing a bearish move. So basically, this GBPCAD can actually continue to go bearish, by the way, and by the way, also it can also reverse and go bullish. So let's see it this way. Since our GBP movement is bearish, then we should actually go bearish. Now this weekly time frame. So on this weekly time frame, what are we? Bearish. From this level here, we are actually bearish. So impulse move, correction, impulse move. Say it this way: impulse move, a correction, right? It fails to break below above the previous lower highs. We saw another impulse move breaking below the previous lower lows, then a correction, failing to break above the previous lower highs. Now we kind of see this impulse move and a correction small dropping. So secondly, coupled with the fact that the price is below 10 period moving average. So now if you have to take this trade, let us try and take this trade like this. We saw this impulse move, right? A correction was made, came to 10 period moving average, impulse move again, a correction was made to 10 period moving average. Now we've got to this impulse move and we are starting to add this correction on weekly time frame. So basically, let's see if you can go bullish this week on GBPCAD. So now this GBPCAD, we're very much likely to see a bullish move. So let's see if we add that correction to touch this our 10 period moving average. So once it roll up, touches our 10 period moving average, then we can actually now go short again. So I mean, last week we saw this kind of green candle, this huge week, kind of giving us a little bit of a movement. This week that just passed, we saw kind of close bearish, but this huge week. So this same week again, we're very much likely to have that same level where price will actually close. We might have kind of like this huge pin back up and down. This close small back to be show fun. So let's see if our price will actually roll up, take our 10 period moving average, then we'll be seeing a drop. Daily time frame. But if you want to take this trade, but personally I'll be staying away from this trade. So 10 period daily time frame, let's see if it will actually roll up, give us a bullish move, take out this loss, then again another drop, and to actually enter this trade, we'll sit on our 4-hour time frame. What does the 4-hour time frame? Kind of even giving us an indecision movement, by the way. I may see it this way. You see price come to this level, it drops, come to this level, it drops, come to this level. So personally, probably price is actually ranging. You can see it's ranging within this area, kind of take up as our resistance level, and we will take down as a support level. So let's see if you want to range with it on the 4-hour time frame, then fine. But our advice, stay out of this trade, GBPCAD. And if you want to take this trade, then you can see when it comes to this support level, you can actually take it up to the resistance level, then you can actually take it down to the support level. So basically, how you want to trade it is your decision. And lastly, GBP Swiss franc. So I mean, monthly time frame, we all can see this movement downward. We saw this impulse move, a correction, impulse move, a correction, impulse move, a correction, impulse move again. So I mean, this GBP Swiss franc, it is actually on a bearish move. You all can see if you have to zoom it out monthly time frame, we are actually bearish on this GBP Swiss franc. I also highlighted some key level here. You see, once price comes to this level, we saw it bounce up. It comes to this level again. We saw this huge weekly bounce up, and we saw it broke below this level again, which I highlighted it. At first, I thought probably we'll be having a reversal movement upward, a breakout break below this support level. Once we have that support level, then we'll be having a retest. We all know how price move. Once price break above the resistance level, we tend to see it come back to test that resistance before it continue to go bullish. Or once it break below the support level, we tend to see it come to test that support level again before we continue to go bullish. So basically, we're very much likely to see it on this our GBP Swiss franc. But is it going to happen yet? Possibly not. We're very much likely to continue to go bearish. Then when it's time for our price to come back to test our support level and price broke out from, then fine. But if not, we still continue to go bearish. Coupled with other correlation pair which says GBP will be bearish, with our GBP index still bearish. Weekly time frame, see the price, by the way, so it's still bearish. Let's start it from here. So price is still dropping. If you want to trade on the weekly time frame, you are still to drop. See it from here. Price has actually been going bearish. We still actually want to go bearish. So basically, price comes to this level, little bit of a pullback. We saw a drop, a little bit of a pullback, which is green. Now a drop. Let's hope you will have a pullback, but are you going to have it this week? I don't think so. I still believe possibly next week or next week we'll have that pullback, but this week I still believe we'll actually open and close bearish. So GBP Swiss franc, we are still bearish on the weekly time frame. Daily time frame, see bearish, by the way. So I mean, those of you who want to enter this trade, we are still in a bearish mode, so still short it, by the way. So I mean, GBP Swiss franc has just been dropping rapidly. I mean, GBP PS just dropping all our correlation PS. But this GBP and Swiss franc has actually been dropping massively. I mean, it is just dropping. So if those of you who have entered this trade early, you should have grabbed a lot of pips by the way. I mean, GBP Swiss franc special movement. Now to actually enter this trade, we will go down to the 4-hour time frame. Now see it this way. So let's start from your impulse move, a correction on this 4-hour time frame. Impulse move, it broke below the previous lower lows, a correction, another impulse move breaking below this previous lower lows, so we add a correction. So let's see if we have the correction at this, the correction be over at this level. Since we are expecting our GBP to fall massively this week, then we should see the GBP Swiss franc correction over at this level. After it, then we would actually have a drop again. So GBP Swiss franc, we should be expecting a drop on this 4-hour time frame. Those of you who want to take the trade on the 4-hour time frame, let us be expecting a drop on this GBP Swiss franc. So let's take this drop to this previous lows. If we can take the drop from current level to this lows, that should be giving us, let's see, 70 pips. I think 70 pips is still, a very much small movement, but I still believe we'll actually break this loss. We'll break it. So let's see if we have that reaction at this level. Once the price comes to this level, then we'll continue to drop and possibly break this loss on our GBP Swiss franc. So that is the analysis for the week.